So this is Kathy Wyatt, and I'm Scott, and we're super happy to be involved with Pause Wellness. Last 15 or 16 years we've been involved in higher education. Worked at Southern Utah University and Snow College, and before that I was a criminal prosecutor. We're heading out on a mission to Sierra Leone. We're going to open up a new mission in rural Africa, so we're excited about that.
We took the Missionary Wellness Center class for pre or return missionaries who were suffering from some sort of mental difficulty, depression or anxiety. We felt that as mission leaders, particularly where we were going to Sierra Leone, Africa, that it would be helpful for us to understand what the minds of these missionaries are and know how to help the missionaries we would be serving with.
The class we took had two instructors. The one was a licensed therapist, and the other one was a lifetime religious educator. So to listen to both of them talk from their perspectives, the spiritual side, the mental health, professional side, was great. It just seemed very natural. We've had 3 children go on missions, and 2 of them had some mental health challenges on their mission. So we're familiar with it. And we really want to help our missionaries.
One of the most important principles we learned was things like accepting the emotions you have and learning to just breathe through them and be curious about them and set them aside. And also to not put a condition on your worth, just to realize that you are worth everything to God. And that shame is something that comes from Satan, not from Christ. Mercy comes from Christ. I liked everything that they mentioned when it came to dealing with shame and instead turning to Christ for help.
The whole concept of Pause Wellness is to merge spirituality and mental health together to help strengthen everybody. And it makes perfect sense. That I think it's really hard to disconnect. It's hard to disconnect our spiritual selves, our emotional selves, our mental health from one another. It's all together. I don't know how you can really help somebody with their mental health without having some level of spirituality connected with it. We know that these young people are experiencing all kinds of mental health challenges, and so we want to be prepared. It was really our effort to prepare ourselves to be able to help lead, support, and strengthen these wonderful young missionaries from all over the world.
And probably all of them will suffer from some sort of homesickness, at least for the first 6 to 12 weeks. And really, I strongly believe that what we've learned in this class will help us help those missionaries cope a little bit better with homesickness.
Yeah, we're designing, especially you, Kathy, designing some training modules that we can give to our missionaries when they are first oriented, and then to help them in Zoom conferences.
And based on this class, actually.
Based on the class.
This is a safe environment. I know that a lot of parents, and especially return missionaries, might be nervous about talking about their experiences and their feelings and emotions. But again, our experience with the missionaries that were taking the class with us and watching their demeanor change and have them feel safe to express themselves, and have both teachers accept what they had to say and give amazing responses, really made a difference for these missionaries, and it was wonderful to witness.
Yeah, the instructors in the class and the other returned missionaries, in our case returned missionaries, in other cases pre-missionaries, but they were all concerned about the same thing. They were all concerned about mental health and their spirituality. And so there was nothing anybody could say that would be looked down on, because we're all there together talking about the same thing. We've all got the same concerns. The perfect people don't come to this. They don't need it. There aren't any of those people, actually. They think they are, but they aren't.
My husband mentioned that we had 3 children go on missions, and 2 of them did come home early, but all 3 had difficulties when they returned home, and they met with different therapists. But I feel after taking this class, this would have really helped all 3 of them, and I wish that this had been available at the time when they needed it.
Yeah, and I think that our missionaries, our hope is that because of the class and these kinds of things that we're doing to prepare ourselves, our hope is that the missionaries are happier, healthier, and that they radiate the Spirit more, and as a consequence, are more successful with their missions and more successful in transitioning home after their missions. So, in closing thought, we are very grateful for Pause Wellness and for those that have been designing and teaching these courses, because we're confident it's going to help us as we work to help our young missionaries.